Hi, it's Warren Huart here. Hope you're doing marvellously well. As ever, please subscribe. Go to producelikeapro.com and sign up for the email list. You'll get a bunch of free goodies. We can talk more about that later. I'm sitting here with a very good friend of mine, Billy Klein. How are you, mate?
Doing good. Thank you for doing this with me.
Oh, this is fun.
Checking out the place. Yeah.
I know. This is beautiful. We're in Billy's studio. Billy has an incredible studio called Hybrid Studios. It's hybridstudiosca.com.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, great. We'll post a link as well. You can check
That'd
out.
be awesome.
Check out the pictures. Billy and I have been working together for 5 years.
Sounds right. Yeah,
About 5 years. And we worked together at Harmony Studios. Were you there when Adele was in there?
Yeah, that was the closest I came to getting an amazing credit that would have been a Grammy.
You didn't get the assistant engineer credit?
I set all the mics up on that piano and in the vocal booth, but I didn't get anything for that. But
I think Phil was even surprised when he got it.
Yeah, I know. It seems like it's a lottery thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
plus it was the demo. It was the demo for someone like you, and nobody thought it was going to be the album.
Yeah, and it beat out everything apparently.
It beat everything, and I think it was number 1 in 13 countries.
Yeah. Oh, it was huge.
Pretty successful.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was the craziest experience I've had with tracking a song and watching it be played in Trader Joe's. That's not happened to me before.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun when you sort of turn up in a supermarket and you're like, what is that sound? I recognize it. You're like, oh, that's a song I recorded.
Yeah, exactly. It puts you back to where you were when you did it,
Exactly. Well, this is Billy's studio. It's amazing. It's in Orange County, which is a beautiful part of the world.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'm going to come in here. We're going to do some more recording soon in here because it's got an amazing live room, which we'll check out in 1 minute. But the sort of central piece of his studio is this beautiful console. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about this lovely console?
So it was originally ordered from SSL by Hit Factory New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's got a good little history to it. I've heard Billy Joel's been through it, Fleetwood Mac. It was at Cornerstone. It was at LaFace. LaFace had it.
Nice.
So it's got a little, legacy as they all do. And it was one of the first G's. I think it's an 83 console. And it was retrofitted to get all the G Plus Ultimation computer. So it has the full Total Recall. It's got the Ultimation to have the moving faders.
Right.
Which is always fun to go and learn a 20-year-old computer system.
Oh, I know. I have a 4000 with a G computer.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty full functional.
How many channels?
64.
64, nice.
Yeah, so we're maxing out 2 Pro Tools HD cards. You can only do the 32 and 32 per card. Right. So we're at the top. So
nice.
I think originally it was a larger board, but it got chopped down over the years and
I don't know. 64 is a lot these days. It's more than enough.
Oh yeah. It's way more than enough.
Mine's 40, and I think that's most of what I need.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not using 64 channels that often.
On your rap sessions, you're not using 64.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's start. An audio book or something like that. Yeah.
So this is originally built in 83.
I believe so. Yes.
Nice.
Yep. 83.
But it's got the 6. Are these the 6,000 channels?
No, 4,000.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I you know what? I'm not. Even though I have an SSL, I'm not an SSL expert.
Half of them, and I'm learning stuff all the time. I think Bruce Millett, the desk doctor. Give him a plug.
Of course, Bruce.
He's always telling me interesting little things I never knew about these consoles. So.
Yeah. Some of my channels at the end of mine came from the Tonight Show. Johnny Carson.
Oh, really?
So he pulls them out. And I go, how do you know? He goes, because I put it together.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's
the guy.
He's definitely the guy. And of course, this is mine's an 80s as well, so I feel like this is probably the right time to have these bus compressors. Mm-hmm. Mine sounds fantastic. I don't know if I could ever not use my bus compressor.
Yeah.
I would take my whole console apart just to save the bus compressor.
Take the monitor section out.
Take the monitor.
Rack mount it.
Yeah, they're amazing. Nice collection of monitors you have here.
Yeah, our acoustician is Hanson Sue, and from Delta H Design, and the bridge mounted subs, dual subs, is not very typical to be seen, but
sure.
He swears by it. It does sound pretty good. It definitely makes the image really wide.
Good.
And it surprisingly, you would think it's like really low end heavy, but it's
right.
Yeah, it's really accurate.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I like the Adams. NS10s, you know, like all of us, I have a love-hate with them.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
That's the point.
Yeah, you gotta hate them.
Exactly. If you get if snare drum and electric guitars sound really, really offensive, then they sound good.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
They got a 7 dB lift at 1K. It's like this huge mid-range.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. So, you know, if they're horrible and nasally and disgusting, then we know they're sounding good.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're going to be in here in a couple of weeks to track some drums with a Polish rock band. So I'm going to be intrigued to see what these sound like.
Yeah, they don't do a whole lot, honestly.
No?
I mean, they're not like in your face, you know. If we wanted to, you know.
Are they long enough throw though for the kids at the back?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
That's the point. As long as you keep the band behind you happy with loud rock and roll, that's good.
Yeah.
So tell me about this nucleus.
So what we're using it for is just, you know, just as a DAW controller, just simple fader automation.
Right.
It's really just, we're just using it as a DAW controller. But if you ever, it has the SSL 9000 pre's. So if you ever wanted to, you could just patch those in over at the patch bay. Other than that, I mean, it's just a DAW controller.
Right. So you're basically just writing your automation with this.
Yeah, and you know, even with how it affects the compression in that, it's like, you kind of got to juggle how much you want to do here versus how much you want to do there.
I'm exactly the same way. I find that what I do is when I'm doing like kick and snare samples, I'm bringing up on a stereo fader and I'm not engaging compression. So I can do more, I can do really quick write. You know, when it comes to the chorus, I can push it up a dB.
Yeah, that's really handy.
Yeah.
Super handy.
Whereas my drums, my live drums, I'll always bring back on faders and use compression and EQ there. And I get more of an SSL because I love the spank, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I love the compressor on the channel. It's like the fact that it has like auto makeup, it makes it almost impossible to screw up as long as you don't over compress something.
Yeah,
it's great. I love it.
The expanders on them are pretty tasty.
We got the brown and the black.
Yep.
So you can choose
Nice.
if you're that big of a gear nut.
Yeah, I've read all kinds of different things, and I'm sure, you know, maybe some SSL experts can have their opinion. Some of the stuff I read was to do with the high and low pass filters.
I have no idea.
Engaging them on the non-black. I think people like the way they sound on the blacks as opposed. There was all kinds of different theories and stuff like that. I'm the same way. I think I have brown, black, and I think, is it orange?
Yeah, you do.
I have 3 different types. And but to say I prefer one over the other would be a lie.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, gear sleds would make you think that like one is totally different than the other.
Right.
I'm sure most people wouldn't hear a difference.
Yeah, and we're doing so much other stuff because these days we've got in Pro Tools you're doing so much compression and EQ, and then of course speaking of that we got a ton of Outboard.
Massive Passive. That thing's great. It's very musical.
Right.
It's kind of hard to screw up because it's the mastering version, so it's
Nice.
all stepped pots and all that.
Oh yeah, I love step pots.
And how it actually works, you know, it's not very straightforward. It's not like your normal, you know, other parametric EQ. I wish I could explain what's happening, but insert graphic here.
No, I mean I love the look of it. I actually I've used this a couple of times. We did use this. I didn't like it on the overall mix, to be honest. I liked it on drums for kind of like screwing with them a little bit. Yeah, super loud.
I'll normally just like tickle things with this. Just like part of my mastering chain is this and this and
great.
And even with this, I barely am doing much.
I think that's what I found. I found like as soon as it started doing a lot, I heard it a lot. But
I get that.
Yeah, but it's definitely fun. And you know, my hats off to Manly. They make great stuff. And this actually, these are some of my favorite EQs. We had these over at Harmony.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's probably why you like them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I love them. Obviously, I also like the new Poltex, the ones that Steve Jackson was making. But there's something to be said for Tube Tech. They're really great stuff.
Yeah, pretty comparable.
SPX 90.
Yeah, this thing's solid. It's it's cheap, it's affordable, but it's used on a lot of stuff. I
think that's still Andy Wallace's favorite.
It sounds great. It's a great snare verb. It's 8-bit, so it kind of just like
8-bit.
It's 8-bit. It like kind
God
of
bless it.
Yeah, exactly. Just fits in the mix. Great.
Good old fashioned 1176s. Can't beat them. I like them all. I'm not that much of a snob that I only like the silver with the blue stripe and the black.
I would love one. I would love one. It's just they're so hard to find.
Yeah. And then of course LA2A.
LA2A. I'd love to get another one of those guys too. We got the 480, good old.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's pretty cliche.
Oh, of course, the 480's up on the console there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Maybe
pretty cliche.
Connor can get a quick shot of that.
The SSL.
These are great on.
I do drum overheads.
I was about to say on drums. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great.
These I had 4 of these on the second Frey album. These were great, and I had 4 of these recording drums, and then I had a little 16. When they just made the 16 channel 1608s, so I had 4 of these and a 1608, and the whole record was recorded with these things. I think these sound fantastic.
Yeah, they sound great. Do you know if there's any difference, like sonically, between 3124 and the 512? I don't know if they're the same or not.
No, they're supposed to be different, and they also made 212s, which I used to have 12 of.
I've seen they have
the smaller ones. That's probably a question for the experts watching. I think there is a difference, and it could be transformers.
I have no idea.
I'm sure
it's not obvious. Whatever.
It's not obvious.
Yeah, it's not obvious.
I think they all have 2520s though. Isn't that part of the sound? It's the 2520. So the little op amp they make. What do you use this for, if anything?
Oh man, that thing I just have had forever. It rarely gets used, especially since we got the U5. I mean, maybe you could do bass DI with it, but now this does bass DI. Every once in a while, you got like a hip hop people really like running vocals through it.
Right.
It's colors it.
I used to have a pair of 737s, and what I would do is I'd use them on the guitar bus. If you have a pair, the compression's really, it's light to say the least. But what I liked about it, and I do like about high quality tube compressors and EQs, is it can soften the top end a little bit. So if you've got a really brittle electric guitar, just put this through it really lightly. Manley does the same thing as well. The Verimue. The Verimue does the same thing. But what I like about this is really nice for guitars because it's very soft and transparent EQ. So if you do want to brighten it, it doesn't get abrasive. So I will say on electric guitars, but the problem is that to me, it was only work when I had a pair of them.
Yeah.
Because then I could have a guitar bus.
Yeah, and it's hard to justify buying another one when, another LA2A would be nice, a Blue Stripe 76 would be nice.
Yep, I agree. And then, of course, good old BAE here on the 1073.
Yep. I think we're going to be getting some more of the 500 series 1073s they just released. So expand the 1073 preamp options.
Great, and of course, got some great API EQs down here. Mark's making the graphics.
Oh, really?
He's making the 560s, and he's adding additional frequencies, talking to different people. They've given him like tons of different engineers have given him what their wish list was, and so he's actually making 560s.
Oh, that's sweet.
So yeah, I'm going to get some of those too. But yeah, great 550s here. Of course, distressors.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
The sort of the sort of all-in-one does whatever you need it to do.
Yeah, they sound great too.
And a classic, a PCM 70.
Yeah.
Do you use it much?
I don't. For the most part, I'll use this outboard delay, but not the 70 too much. I haven't found a good use because between the 480 and the SPX,
right?
I'm good.
SPX is that's a guitar reverb. That's like the best.
I use it for snare.
Oh, you do as well?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it on that. We'll try it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It meshes well.
PCM 42, I have one of those. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Just a great sounding delay. And then the Focusrite down here, what's this? So this is a whole bunch of other pre's.
Yep, just more options. That's also something that we've had for a while. It doesn't get used a lot now that we have so many other pre options.
Right.
So, that might be something that goes and, we turn into something better.
turn into a bunch of
exactly.
series.
A bunch of BAE 1073s.
Yeah, that would
or
be
512s or something.
Yep, I've used these in the full channel version before, in the Frankenstein console that Aerosmith have. They had API Neve and Focusrite pre's all in one console. Do a quick pan around of the lounge kind of area behind the console.
One of the largest control rooms you'll ever see.
I know, this is great. Like I said, we're going to bring in a Polish rock band. They're going to have fun in here.
Yeah, exactly.
We can play cards in the back.
Yeah, any size entourage, you're fine, and if they're talking back there, you're still able to work and be productive up here.
The luxury of Orange County.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's check out the library. Walk this way. Guitars. I like this telly. I'll just put that in the back of the car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all the cliche stuff.
Yeah, but that's cool. I like this. I I've always loved a natural wood finish like that.
Yeah.
And I noticed you have two tellies. I could just take one home.
Yeah, one's the mahogany and one's the maple. Not that crazy.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably need to get like a
Beautiful live room.
Yeah, this is all Hanson Delta H Designs product and doing, and it's it's very unique aesthetically. You don't see these wood carvings like this anywhere.
No. So who made these?
Delta H Design.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Yep. It's great.
I don't know how much each piece of wood was.
And then what about this grand piano?
Schaefer and Sons. It's on the newer side. It's like still kind of stiff, I'd say.
It's nice. I like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Good. It'll be great for the rock stuff because you can do all those kind of like underneath the chords. You know what I mean? Yeah. Add some weight to the electric guitar stuff. Oh, you got your Hammond down. You brought it back from Harmony finally.
No, Harmony still has one.
Oh my God. Really?
It's like the size. Yeah, I know. I need to get it out of there one day.
Well, I mean, how many do you need?
I know. Yeah.
Which year is this?
I don't know the year. It's a C3. That's what I
Beautiful.
do know. And dual Leslie's. It's got some aftermarket stuff. The percussion options. It's got the reverb.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
So I like this. You have a PA here, so you can do like production rehearsals before making records.
Mm-hmm. We have monitor wedges and everything too.
That's great. So basically, you can do pre-pro in here. You can just have the band set up to start recording, and then just record.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, we tend to, we don't do too many rehearsals. We do mostly, or like pre-pro. My recommendation is always to do it all as cheap as you can.
Yeah, sure.
Pre-pro at home, come
Sure.
here, do drums, do everything.
But it's nice if you want to come in and just work.
Well, a lot of places can't rehearse together, and be loud.
Yeah.
So that's the niche we fill.
Yeah, definitely.
An old Ludwig.
Oh yeah, with the concert toms.
Yeah.
God bless the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
I like you've got the sub kick here. That's great.
Yeah. I would love to beef up our cymbal collection, but that's something that normally every drummer has already.
This is nice. You've got 2002s, 14s.
That's probably the best thing on this kit.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I love Zildjian cymbals.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're a beginner-ish.
Yeah, I still like Zildjians though. Even the cheaper stuff's great. Nice collection of amps.
Yeah, this has constantly been growing.
Oh wow. I don't know the 610.
I mean, this is one of our engineers' setups. I got the 810 over here.
Ah, yeah. And then Marshall,
Yeah.
Super Lead, is it?
That's a Plexi.
Yeah, Super Lead 100 watt. I remember these when I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, you could get a Super Lead for like, I don't know, maybe £200. Now they're like, original one. I've got a Mark II, I think, my Mark II. So it's like this, but an original one's 78. I think it goes for about $1,500 now. It's
Well,
prices have gone up a little bit.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. I've really, since we've gotten the place, I've really preferred doing the split to the combo, just so I can put the head in the control room and put the cab and the ISO and
That's wonderful.
still tweak around.
This is nice, the deluxe.
Mm-hmm, yeah. It's got a same thing.
And is that a 212 cab? Must be.
Yeah, I think it's, let's see. I can see if it was the blue backs or green backs, but it's close.
It's great. Nice twin.
Yeah, another one.
Great collection.
And this thing's This thing's nice.
That's nice. JCM 2000.
Yeah, the 800's better.
Yeah, if you want it, we're going to go full
Full high gain.
full high gain rock. Lots of top end.
Yeah, and that's all vintage 30s in that cab.
That's great. Yeah, I have one of these with vintage 30s as well. My main cab, they're great. And this looks beautiful.
Yeah, that thing's heavy.
Yeah. Is this the spring one? These are great amps. When I played bass live, I used to have one of these. It was so good. It was a nightmare to travel with it.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
They weigh a ton. Trying to get this up before you have a road crew, trying to get this up and down staircases. Looks like you've been filming recently. It's been Greeked out.
Yeah, I don't know how long that's been there. Somebody did that. But yeah, we do like music videos and all that kind of fun stuff. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
So this is a great live room. Great live room. Is this normally where you set up the drums here?
Yeah, I tend to, and then that way I can do I might even go back a little bit, and that way I can do far rooms as far as I can go.
Right.
Get them up really high and just
Right.
shoot down the length of the room.
Great. I suppose you could do one against the wall there, one against the wall, and one right at the very back.
That'd be cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I will do. I've done all sorts of weird stuff. I've even done like hall mics
Yeah, I love
to get like a
Yeah.
really really reverberant sound.
Well, if you close the door like slightly or completely, you can just get just
That's a cool idea.
total pump. Yeah.
Yeah, like
We might try that. We'll try that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, wonderful.
Okay, so this is the other half of the studio. It's a sound stage.
You didn't see it was on video.
We'll
There's a
get,
difference.
I'll get releases. No.
I will sign no release.
We'll blur out your face.
Perfect.
If you want, we could put Matthew McConaughey's face on there or something. I don't know. That's what I'm doing.
Maybe something. Yeah, maybe a little different.
He's doing Brad Pitt.
Just put a Buick right here.
I like that idea. Yeah.
Want that. Yeah, exactly. So, it's got the big infinity wall and the lighting grid up there. We brought in like external power, 300 amps.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So, half the building's a recording studio, half the building's a visual studio, soundstage.
If I run in there, I'll just keep going. Yeah.
Until you hit the wall.
Oh, so it's
You only
infinity.
made that mistake once.
Oh.
It'll be just like 8 footprints on there, so just like clean right now.
I'm sure I can make that mistake twice. I mean, Well, thanks, Billy.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun, mate.
Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, well, we're going to be back here in a couple of weeks, so
Yeah.
check out the studio. Go to hybridstudiosca.com.
Perfect.
Perfect. Hybrid Studios, California. We're in Orange County. It's beautiful down here. The weather's amazing. There's a nice sea breeze, which I don't get living in the hills, but I still love it. Anyway, of course, check it out. Look at this beautiful console. Ask us some questions. I'm sure Billy can get involved and answer some questions. Just threw you under the bus.
Yeah, I'll respond.
Okay, good job. And as ever, please subscribe. Go to producelikeapro.com and sign up for the email list, and you'll get a bunch of behind-the-scenes footage from Time at Sunset Sound. You'll see some drum stuff. There's some piano recording. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Free sessions, of course, to download and edit. All kinds of fun stuff. So please go to email. Please put your email address in producelikeapro.com and subscribe. Thanks, Billy.
Yeah, thank you.